It's always beautiful to look out through the woods and see a deer walking. It's even an extra bonus if they have antlers. That one does. That's my boy Forrest. Forrest has turned into a mature buck. He's born in 2020, so come springtime, he will be 4 years old. And he is a big, pretty boy, no doubt about that. We might be able to get a look at him out in the front yard. I don't know if he's going to go out there or not. He's just grazing along, enjoying the nice, decently temperature morning. He probably likes that a lot. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, what caused that? Oh, the feeder might have gone off. He acted like it was something scared him, but I don't think it was because he never looked back. Anytime something scares them, they'll look in the direction that they hear a sound or smell something, or and they usually stand still unless it's something that startles them, and then their first instinct is to run. But he might have heard the feeder go off, you reckon? There's another big, beautiful buck has come in with a couple of does. He's a dandy. And looking at him, I believe that could be Fat Boy. Not 100% positive, but I believe that looks like Fat Boy. Yeah, I believe it is Fat Boy. His horns have got wider and taller. He's still an 8-point, but he's a beautiful boy. There's no doubt about it. So the deer called a Texas hunter, wild game feeder, has called in a couple of beautiful bucks there. One from one direction, one from another direction. And I guess with all of the nasty weather, those bucks were down in the bottoms and in the draws, getting out of the winds. You know, when it gets down that cold, 0 and chill temperatures below 0 is tough on wildlife. There's no doubt about that. And it looks like these two big boys have made it fine through that cold weather. I'm sure that most all of the deer did. It doesn't get nearly as cold here in Oklahoma during these bad times as it does up further north, so they're doing great. Look at that big boy over there. He's doing great as well. Now, Fat Boy probably will be gaining weight throughout the spring. He's probably been doing a lot of chasing during the rut. You know, that for the bucks, it lasts a lot longer than for the does. The does are only involved in a rut for a shorter period of time because one buck travels around to several does. Several in a daytime, as a matter of fact, in the peak of the rut. He just goes from one to another if he possibly can. So I'm sure Fat Boy was stretching his genes out around the property. And I'm not sure if that's him or not. It's a totally wild deer, no tags at all on that deer. And he's a beauty. He is definitely a beauty. We'll be watching for those antlers coming off sometime soon. Oh, looky here. We haven't been seeing any bucks. I'd mentioned that earlier. But look out there. That's TC. That's big Thundercloud right there. Everybody, look at those. I mean, he's got a lot of antlers. They're wide and big, and he's got some broke off too. But golly, look at how lengthy his brow tines. And then look back there at that big boy. And that is a big boy. I think that is the giant that might have tags, he might not. I'm just not positive, but he is a giant. He's got his head behind the deal. I saw another deer walking around out there, out further away from it. I think was another big buck. I don't see him there anywhere out there in the woods. I thought I saw one walking around out there somewhere. I don't see him. He was coming up, maybe. Look at how wide he is. Look how wide he is. Look at that other one. That other one is a 9-point, but a giant 9-point. I mean, he is a giant, just absolutely. Tines are long. Look at those brow tines on him. He's not anywhere nearly as wide, but look at him. I cannot see any tags in that deer's ear. So I think he's just a pure wild deer. Definitely not Fat Boy. He's pretty tall. Fat Boy's kind of short. Oh, but look at, Benelli must be running around out the front because that's probably what they're looking at. Where was that other deer? I saw another buck walking up there. Golly, look at that. Giant antlers are not growing, but they're going to be dropping here sometime, anytime, really. Can happen anytime. We're here getting toward the end of the month. They're just absolutely gorgeous, those two boys right there. And you can see that one is a lot lighter colored. But they're big, beautiful deer. And they haven't been here. Those deer there have not been here in several days, and here they are, enjoying a free lunch. Oh, yeah, posing. I knew that I had seen another deer out there, off out in the distance, and I guess he just got behind a tree. But if you look over here, well, he's behind a tree again. Well, no. Oh, there's another buck there, huh? It appeared out of the ground. That's another big one, too. Oh, look how wide he is. And the one big one there, that's TC, isn't it? Yeah, that's TC. The other deer that showed up is Forrest. He was one walking out there. This other one over here must have been the big one I saw show up. And he's not, he's a young deer. But look how big and wide and beautiful he is. Big, beautiful 8-point. And really wide. And he is young. That's probably his second horns. You see how much bigger Forrest is than him? That's Forrest's third horns. You see how much larger TC is? We'll look at TC out there. And then we look at that young buck. Oh, and he's young. Golly, he's young. No tag in his ear, born in the wild. And Forrest. Let's go look at another window real quick. Now he's going to come back up to the house. Look at that. Look at that. He is a beauty. Let's go look at another window. Hey, this is a beauty. This is a beauty shot right here. You see, TC, Thundercloud. Behind that tree is that other big buck. I don't know where Forrest went. Oh, that's Forrest. Oh, Forrest. That was Forrest. Forrest and his daddy's going to hook it up a little bit. Looky there. Now, they're not serious at all in all this right here. That could get serious. They're kind of like deer, kind of like kids. But looky there. Looky there. Looky there. He tried to push TC back, his dad back, and his dad said, "Son, you're not quite big enough yet." See him just walk forward, push him back there. Now, they get going there. They might get a little bit more aggressive, and the fight could get aggressive. Forrest, I know about you, big boy. Oh, look at that. You're just playing around with your dad there, but don't you get ugly. Try to kill him. Forrest knows how to kill, and that's not necessarily a good deal. And now you talk about rattling in bucks. Looky here. The other two bucks are coming up from the other direction. There's one of them. The other one's right there somewhere behind a tree. Oh, yeah, he's over there. The other two bucks are coming up to that fight. They heard those horns rattling together, and they come up here. Now, oh, Forrest, he's feeling his oats this morning for sure. Yes, he is. Forrest, I say this morning, it's in the middle of the afternoon when these deer are here. I haven't been seeing them in the morning. They haven't been coming around. Those two big, beautiful bucks right there, I think they come up to watch the fight, not join in. But Forrest is still wanting to get a little ugly there. Look there, he's getting over. He's got his head down right beside him eating acorns. Are they going to duke it out again? Yep, here he comes. TC said, "Son, I'm trying to eat a little lunch here." Forrest, he's really feisty. See him back up and kind of kick and jump around there like a little bull. Yeah. But now he can probably whip both of those other deer and probably why they're staying away. I don't know where they went. There they are right there. Yeah, it would be something if they get up and duke it out. That one's a young deer. His second horns could even be his first horns. Could be his first horns. If they are, when he gets 3 or 4 years old, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, takes my breath away just to think about it. And Forrest and his daddy going to play around a little bit more. I think that's more Forrest than it is TC. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Forrest says, okay, Dad, you're still the big boss. And I'll go over here and see if I can get one of these guys to play with me. There he goes. No, changed my mind. Come over here, Dad. Dad won't hurt me. I don't know, though. That other deer says, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. You're the boss. Looky there. TC, he's over there watching, too. Forrest's going to run that guy off. Well, that's the dominance of bucks right there, and that's the attitude, and that's what happens. And TC is kind of challenging his father, but he knows that father knows best because father is biggest. Yes, sir. I love it. Okay, guys and girls, that'll wrap up this week's antlers video. Watching giant antlers grow, you know, we're definitely not watching them grow right now. As a matter of fact, it won't be long until the antlers start losing the deer start losing their antlers. We expect some of that to happen, well, just any time. You know, there are parts of the country right now where the deer have already dropped antlers, and just depends on where you are, and it depends on the deer and the type of year you had. Now, I guess a lot of things. I'm definitely not an expert on that. I know that they drop their antlers when I look out there and see a buck and they're gone, or maybe one of them's gone. And we'll be trying to find those sheds. I'm hoping that Benelli will be able to help me find sheds this year. She really wasn't trained at all to find shed dogs, but I've been working with her and having her retrieve ever since she's a little bitty puppy a set of rubber antlers and real antlers as well. And so once she gets it in her mind that I want her to find those antlers, she'll cover about 20 or 25 miles while I walk a mile, I guarantee you. And so we'll be out there in the springtime doing that. But it's really interesting this week to see that the bucks are back running together, yet they're still fighting. They're still sparring. They're still developing the dominance over one another. And you know, once they get a little bit of age on them, they all got big antlers. And so it's the weight of the deer that really seems to be the important thing. As you watch them, the dominant deer seems to be the heaviest deer. We also, on some of the other videos, have noticed some of the little groups of jakes. We got a group of, I think, 25 or 30. I haven't never really counted them, but 25 or 30 jakes running together, and some of them have got little beards at 4 or 5 inches long. And I don't think we have any of that on this video here, but we shoot these videos all week long, so they got kind of confusing in my mind. But anyway, this has been a traumatic week, obviously, here. So these videos are a little bit shorter than they normally are, our antler videos, and we've got a pretty busy schedule next week, so we may not even be able to get them on every Friday and every Saturday, but we'll do our best. Got rain in here, a little bit of rain today, very light rain right now, and they're getting some good rains in parts of Oklahoma. We just can't hit the jackpot. But we love those deer. We love the antlers. We love the deer videos, and we enjoy sharing them with y'all. Some of y'all don't get to see this. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all tell me about all the deer that you have around, and that's just fantastic. Some of y'all spend a lot of time watching your deer. Some of you spend a lot of time feeding them and taking care of them, and that's just fantastic as well. And they're an incredible animal, and we'll do this as long as y'all want to watch, as long as we can. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there, and remember, I sure do love you.